The Yugoslav Wars. Yugoslavia was formed as a kingdom of Serbs, Croats and Slovenes in the year of 1914 after the Balkan Wars. Yugoslavia was formed from the former territories of the Ottoman and Austro-Hungarian Empire, and when both of them empires collapsed, Yugoslavia was created. The kingdom only gained national recognition in 1922. After the First World War, Yugoslavia remained until 1941 and was invaded by the German army. While the invasion was happening, the king of Yugoslavia was abdicated and fled the country. Even though the king had left the country, some of his army generals and communists who at the time were seen more like freedom fighters and not a legitimate army stayed and fought against the party at the time, against Germany. After the Germans losing the war to Serbian allies, the country was led by the Communist Party at the time. Yugoslavia after the war was renamed the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, which was split into 6 republics. Bosnia and Herzegovina, which was mostly populated by Muslims, Croatia, which was mostly populated by Catholics, Serbia, which was mostly populated by Christian Orthodox, Montenegro, which was also populated at the time by mostly Christian Orthodox, Slovenia was populated by Catholics, and Macedonia was at the time was a mix of all three. Tito was the president of Yugoslavia, and in the beginning had a strong influence of Stalin's Russia, until the 1950s when President Tito decided to turn his back on Russia and became more on the side of the Western countries, which was received well by the Western countries. The president of Yugoslavia then started to build good relationships with these countries and started to borrow money, so that Yugoslavia could start to benefit economically. The money was borrowed to build roads, factories, hospitals and schools to try and help build the country back up again after being invaded in the war. Life in Yugoslavia was very prosperous and had a great economy up until around 1989, in the year that the president of Yugoslavia and the leader of the Communist Party at the time passed away and died. After Tito's death, the economy in Yugoslavia started to die down. Factories started to close and go bankrupt. Nurses, doctors and teachers stopped getting paid, and people in general were not getting paid for the work that they had been done. The Communist Party carried on to try and lead the country, but the leaders at the time did a terrible job, and this started to cause issues between the republics. Because of these events, the Yugoslavian workers started to demonstrate. After this, some politicians of certain republics tried to figure out plans on way to leave Yugoslavia. The first republic that decided to go independent was Slovenia, and that happened without any trouble and was pretty easy going. The second republic that started to look for independence then was Croatia. But whereas in Slovenia there was Serbs, whereas